Słuchasz podcastu Angielski z Konradem. Nowe odcinki każdego tygodnia. Jeśli chcesz popracować nad płynnością, nabrać odwagi do konwersacji, skorygować często popełniane błędy bądź poznać skuteczne metody nauki, ta audycja jest dla Ciebie. Remember, you're not at school, so chill out, kick back and enjoy yourself. Let's begin. Witaj w kolejnym odcinku. Zanim zaczniemy, pozwól, że pokrótce przypomnę, jak możesz wykorzystać mój podcast. Jeżeli czujesz się pewnie ze swoim angielskim, wystarczy, że przesłuchasz audycji. Dla tych z Was, którzy potrzebują odrobiny pomocy, pamiętajcie o notatkach do odcinka. Zatrzymuj podcast, przejrzyj notatki, w razie potrzeby powtórz nagranie. Zapisz się do newslettera za pośrednictwem strony angielskiskonradem.pl, by otrzymać natychmiastowy dostęp do notatek z tego i wszystkich poprzednich odcinków. Dostaniesz również powiadomienia o nowych odcinkach. Jeżeli masz pytania, uwagi bądź sugestie, skontaktuj się ze mną za pośrednictwem adresu angielskiskonradem@gmail.com bądź za pośrednictwem fanpage'a Angielski z Konradem na Facebooku. Switching to English.
Hello everyone! Welcome to another episode of Angielski z Konradem. This is episode 44. Dogs are the best. I won't have one anytime soon. I hope you love the show today. Let's begin with some vocabulary. Pause. Pause. Łapy. Fetch. Fetch. Przynieść. Breed. Breed. Rasa. Mutt. Mutt. Kundelek. Scent. Scent. Zapach. When I met Carolina a few years ago, my total amount of pets was 0. Hers was free. She had 2 cats and a horse, if you can count a horse as a pet. I like all pets, but I'm a dog person for life. My grandparents owned dogs. My parents own one. I would like to have one as well. Something is stopping me though. More on that later. For now, let's have a look at today's article from Psychology Today website. You will find the link in your podcast notes. Be sure to check it out. The article lists benefits and drawbacks of owning a dog from a psychological perspective. The way I see it, there are absolutely no liabilities to having a pet. Having said that, dogs aren't for everyone. Let's look at those benefits. Number 1, unconditional love. Provided that you choose your dog carefully, provided that your future lifetime companion matches your temper, your energy, a dog becomes your soulmate. You are connected. A dog will love you regardless of your account balance, the car you drive, or the neighborhood you live in. The dog will never leave your side and is going to stay at your side to his dying breath. Well, as long as he doesn't get distracted by ducks or other birds. Okay, next benefit, stress relief. The author of the article quotes a compelling study on interactions with therapy dogs. Another survey quotes that majority of dog owners feel less lonely as a result of keeping a pet. I don't need no survey to know it to be true. Having a pet around to look after, it helps you make your mind at ease. You don't have too much time to worry about your own personal issues when you've got a handful with your pet, right? Routine of dog ownership, walks, feeding, playtime. It helps you fill the gaps in time which you would normally use for browsing the net, for example. Benefit number 3. Owning a dog may add meaning to your life. The reasoning behind this, reason, is that when you adopt a dog from an animal shelter, you have a certain sense of fulfillment. You saved a life for a lifetime, so you can feel good about yourself. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, mind you. It may be a selfish act, but if it brings good fruit, who cares? As I said before, you and your pet share a certain bond. Your well-being becomes dependent to some degree on your dog's well-being and vice versa. Another benefit is that a dog keeps you fit. It's absolutely necessary to take your dog for a walk. The longer, the better. Not just for poop either. Dogs require a lot of movement. No matter how large your apartment may be, it won't cut the mustard. It won't be enough. The added benefit is that a dog will move your own lazy bones out of the sofa. Dogs of almost all breeds love running about. If you don't consider to be a physically active person and you're not willing to change, well, maybe you will fancy some fish more. Next benefit, dogs are ultimate listeners. Your dog will never interrupt you. He will never butt in. You can speak your mind when talking to a dog. They are also great at keeping secrets. Unless you're going to show them a secret stash of doggy treats. Even the nicest of dogs will not find the willpower to resist munching on some snacks, especially when they know where to look. I would even argue that you can have a conversation with a dog on the street and not appear as a lunatic in the eyes of people walking by. Okay, benefit number 6. You are more likely to meet new people, mostly nice ones. Having a dog is a nice conversation starter with strangers, if that's your thing. As I found out when I was looking after my parents' dog, they are pure magnets for nice, like-minded people. It's quite pleasant to have a nice chit-chat with a stranger walking a dog themselves. You will easily find some local dog lovers groups on Facebook. Having a buddy for dog walks is just a click away. Benefit number 6. You are a witness to unbridled joy every day. Unbridled means uncontrollable. Each day brings joy of a creature grateful for providing for him. Dogs' eyes radiate with pure happiness. There aren't many more satisfying sights in life than seeing their happy meter, meaning their tail, go off the scale. How to tell? A dog is so happy that its tail cannot decide which way to wag. Okay, we talked about benefits, now let's move to the drawbacks. Dogs cost money. That's a shocker, isn't it? There's so much to buy and pay for when owning a doggy. Food, toys, checkups at the vets, shots, worming, medicine, surgeries. The amount of money you need to spend on your pupper stacks up quickly. But it's not about the money, is it? Then again, it's something to keep in mind if you're thinking about adopting or purchasing a dog. You have to be able to afford it, plain and simple. Costs of owning a doggo does not end with some chow and a squeaky toy. They can also cause some serious property damage. And I'm not talking about bite marks on your IKEA coffee table. My old dog, Maksho, once ran under a car, causing the driver to swerve into a ditch. Nobody got hurt, luckily, but my dad had to pay for the damages, and it was quite a sum. Drawback number 2. Dogs may misbehave. Having a dog is like taking care of a 2-year-old child. It brings a lot of joy, true, but it may also be a source of some frustration. Take Maksho again, for example. He couldn't contain himself when he saw something smelly, like some poop or animal carcass. He would always smear the stink all over himself despite training and regular baths. While we're on the subject of misbehavior, it also concerns you. Yes, you. There are no breaks from dog ownership. As such, there are also no exceptions to the doggy routine. A dog has to go for a walk. No excuses. Okay, next drawback. Dogs get ill and die. That's the reality of owning any pet, really. They get ill. Seriously ill sometimes. So ill, in fact, that you may be forced to make a terribly difficult decision to put your pet down. It's never easy when your friend passes away. The bond I have mentioned several times already becomes severed. The end of such a relationship leaves a void that may never be filled by another pet. My parents didn't want to own a dog once Maksho passed. The grim reality of it is that dogs' lifespan is much shorter than that of humans. Seeing your companion dying of ripe old age is inevitable. So, why do I choose not to own a dog yet, despite having such strong positive emotions towards them? Well, I've got a few reasons, all of them valid points, I hate to say. If any of those check out for you, I would strongly consider against taking a dog. For starters, cats and dogs can swing both ways. They either tolerate each other or they're at each other's throats all the time. The same goes for children. There are breeds of dogs who may be fit to have children around them, while others are not. It's not only a matter of genetics, but also proper training. So I'm stuck with cats for the time being. They already had a run-in with my parents' dog, and it wasn't pretty. Moreover, my current flat isn't big enough to house an additional resident. There's 5 of us already. Me, Carolina, Ula, and 2 cats. I also work like crazy nowadays. I spend most of my time between 2 schools, not to mention looking after my baby daughter, household chores, recording podcasts occasionally. I have my entire day arranged for me, with very little wiggle room. You may have noticed that I have emphasized the word lifetime all through the podcast. I guess I don't have to explain it to you since you're all smart cookies, but I myself feel the need to say it out loud. A dog is not a gift or a souvenir. I beg of you, don't ever consider the possibility of adopting or buying a dog as a present. Pet pounds are full of such presents. It's a life-changing decision owning a dog, well worth the time to consider. Let's finish, however, on a positive note. Before we move on to vocabulary revision, let's look at some doggy idioms. Every dog has its day. It means the time will come when fortune will smile upon you. There will be good things coming your way. It's a dog-eat-dog world. It's a dog-eat-dog world, sometimes misspelled as doggy-dog world. When you hear this idiom, it means that someone implies that our world is a cruel place, where people are just looking for an opportunity to screw one another over. Did I mention we'll finish on a positive note? Okay, next idiom, puppy eyes. Puppy eyes. When someone gives you puppy eyes, it usually means that they feel remorse for something. They feel sorry for something that they have done and they want to be forgiven. It's raining cats and dogs. It's raining cats and dogs. This one relates to bad weather. It's pouring rain. It rains heavily. It's raining cats and dogs. Alright, let's move on to the revision of vocabulary for this episode.